Now it's 6 a.m. on WKYT this morning. A close call for a Lexington family after their home was hit by lightning during some overnight storms. And we're tracking a crime alert after 5 people were shot during a basketball tournament at a Lexington park.
And we're looking across the region, seeing those temperatures in the 60s outside. Good start to the day. Maybe a little bit of rain on the way. I'll have that and even a severe weather threat during midweek coming up.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT This Morning.
Good morning to you. Top of the morning from the WKYT News team. We're glad you're with us as we get this day underway. It's June 22nd and the first full day of summer, and it's going to feel like it. I'm Bill Bryant. Rebecca's off today. Let's check in with meteorologist Micah Harris. He's tracking some action this morning on the First Alert Defender.
Yeah, after roughly 15 hours straight of daylight hours, that's the longest day of the year daylight-wise. And that was yesterday, the start of summer. Now, today's actually your first full day of summer, but it gets increasingly smaller with those daylight hours each and every single day. First Alert Defender live radar, there's your look. And here comes a complex sliding into our western zones as we speak, right across 65 corridor. It'll be into the Bardstown region here in about 15-20 minutes. The start of it, and this is kind of a big complex, but it has fallen apart the past couple of hours, and I expect that to be the case here throughout the next couple of hours. 68 degrees there in Lexington, 64 in Danville. That's a really good feel this time of year. We're at 90 degrees this afternoon, though. Everybody right there is staying warm, steamy, small chance of rain. This is your driest day in the forecast. Take advantage of it. Get throughout the next few days. Here comes that wet pattern ahead. We'll have that coming up in just a few minutes.
Okay, we'll see you then, and we thank you. And that overnight storm that you may have heard caused some damage in Lexington. One family's home was hit by lightning, and that kept first responders busy because they were already dealing with an apartment fire. WKYT's Hillary Thornton is live on Malibu Drive, where at least one person was hurt in that overnight fire. Hillary, good morning.
Good morning, Bill. That's right. Fire crews were busy overnight. Investigators say the fire here at the Malibu Manor apartment started just before 11 o'clock last night. Firefighters say it started in a kitchen and the smoke then quickly made its way into the upper floors. Now, everyone did get out, but 2 people were treated at the scene for smoke inhalation, and a woman who firefighters say had to walk down 3 flights of stairs was taken to the hospital also for smoke inhalation. Now, while crews were busy with that apartment fire, they were also called to a home investigators say was hit by lightning on Cashel Court, which is near Woodhill Drive. Firefighters say lightning hit a corner of the house and traveled down some electrical wires in that wall. After turning off some breakers in the home and monitoring the situation, the family was able to return inside. Now, as for the apartment complex back out here on Malibu Drive, firefighters say there was not any significant water or fire damage, and no one was displaced because of the fire. Live in Lexington, Hillary Thornton, WKYT.
All right, Hillary, thank you. And we're learning some new details this morning about a shooting that injured 5 people at a Lexington park. One of the victims is in critical condition this morning at UK Hospital. WKYT's Mark Barber is there live, joining us now. Mark, what do we know about what was going on when these shootings happened in Lexington?
Good morning, Bill. Police say that the 5 people were shot during a basketball game at Douglas Park. Officers tell me that one of the people who was shot was hit in the neck. And investigators tell me that that man is still in critical condition here at UK Hospital. Now, this morning, we are also learning much more about the people who were shot last night and the extent of their injuries. Police are now telling us that 1 woman and 4 men at a basketball game around 9:15. One of those shot in the neck and in the leg. The 2 other in the chest and the leg. Officers also grazed a woman's leg. Police say several of the people who were shot are in their 20s or 30s, and 1 man is nearly 60. Investigators tell us that they don't think any of them were playing in the Dirt Bowl basketball tournament. The tournament is recognized by the NCAA and at one point was considered the top outdoor basketball tournament in the country. Officers tell us that when the tournament was shattered by gunfire last night, chaos erupted. They say they don't know if children were in the park, but they say that the people who were there ran for cover. At this time, police say they think there was only but they don't have the details. Now, police tell me that they are still interviewing witnesses and they are continuing to look for evidence. They say that they're trying to figure out if the shooting was a targeted event or if it was random. Live in Lexington, Mark Barber, WKYT.
Mark, thank you. Obviously, a lot more to go on that story. The time this morning is 6:05 on WKYT. And new this morning, 2 Kentuckians have been identified as the victims of a semi-crash in Pennsylvania. Investigators say they identified the victims using DNA evidence. 42-year-old Virgil Perry and his passenger, 38-year-old Sharon Newsom, were from Martin County. They died when their semi hit a bridge support column on an eastern Pennsylvania interstate. Police in New York may be narrowing in on the 2 prison escapees there. Authorities say they have received a credible report that escapees David Sweat and Richard Matt were spotted Saturday along a railroad track near the Pennsylvania border. The men escaped from the maximum security Clinton Correctional Facility back on June 6th. The Emmanuel AME Church in Charleston, South Carolina has reopened its doors just days after a gunman shot and killed the pastor and 8 other people at a Bible study. The church was packed during Sunday services and there were some new faces there as well. And after the service, thousands of people gathered on a local bridge to join hands in solidarity. Back here in Kentucky, many across the Commonwealth are watching out for rising waters this morning. Stoner Creek in Bourbon County is up to nearly 16 feet. The area picked up a lot of rain this weekend from what was left of Tropical Storm Bill. More rain today could lead to some flooding in the area.
Now, your zone-by-zone forecast with meteorologist Micah Harris and First Alert Defender.
Boy, does it look good outside. I mean, it is a really, really nice start to the day. If you're one of those like snap pictures of sunrises, sunsets, head outside. I'll show you a picture here in just a couple of minutes, but I want to focus in on the storm we have back toward the west. Over the Louisville region and now 65, heading down toward the southeast. Look, I want to show you this too. We'll put this in. Look at all those lightning strikes. That was over 1,000 lightning strikes within that storm complex. And now you might have 100. And that's on the backside. So it's really falling apart. Still expect some rain as you're traveling down 64 as you slide off into the Jefferson County region. And also as you slide toward E-Town and rolling through Bardstown. Bardstown, you'll be seeing this very shortly. I'd give it another 10 to 20 minutes and you'll be seeing that. Check that out. I'll step out of that way. I mean, that actually looks like a painting. That's such a cool shot out back. This is live here in Lexington at WKYT Studios out back. Just a really, really good looking shot here in Lexington. You got any pictures? Snap them, send them on Twitter, send them on Facebook. I'll show them off for you throughout the rest of our newscast. 24-hour planner. First full day of summer, we're at 90 degrees, of course, right? Small chance of rain today. And then we slide through the overnight hours and into tomorrow, and here come those storms. This is tomorrow's severe weather shot. And it would be I-64 northbound. That is your best bet to actually pick up some severe thunderstorms later on tomorrow. There still is a marginal risk just to the south of that, too. So there's a possibility of at least seeing a few severe storms tomorrow and on Wednesday, too. So today is going to be your best chance to actually stay dry. You better get out there and knock out that yard work because the next few days when you get home from work, it's going to be tough to do. Friday, Saturday, that is your best chance to actually pick up on some rain. You're at 60% on both of those days. Then we head towards Sunday, and I want to show you this. I know 80 degrees doesn't sound great, but what we will be going through, upper 80s, lower 90s all week long, it'll be a really nice change of pace. And not only the temperature-wise, but humidity bill will be way down. And so that'll feel quite nice once that rain moves on out on Sunday. I know that's a ways away. We got to go through some pretty nasty weather before that. But you know what? This rain, I will tell you this. A positive spin on this. One, you don't have to waste money putting your sprinklers on. Right. Number two, my grass is already green. Yeah. I mean, it looks pretty good. So there's some good news for you with this
adding
rain.
To the totals. Well, the other good thing is as the temperatures are up this week, it'll warm the water up, and then as it cools down for the weekend, maybe the water will be warmer than the outside. It'll be kind of fun.
We'll see.
All right, the time this morning is 6:09 on WKYT, and each morning we bring you weather and traffic together. Here is Officer Don with a look at what's happening out there on the roads with live drive traffic. Good morning, Don.
Hey, good morning, guys. Just check for Sells Road inbound past the the castle there in Woodford County, the county line, and the airport. And traffic looks good this morning coming in from Woodford County. Also on Harrodsburg Road, just a little bit of a slowdown still approaching Man-O-War. That's because of a stalled car. Should be clear here in the next few. Quick look outside, show you what to expect as you plan to head out the door this morning. Really no issues to deal with just yet as we get a live look inbound this morning, Nicholasville and Alumni. And now on our Waze map, live drivers on the way in, reporting a normal ride on the Circle, Richmond Road past New Circle, one click of the light through that left turn lane, which is good news, and no major issues on the north side of Lexington. Now back to you in the studio.
Yeah, let's make it a good ride in. It's a beautiful morning out there and certainly one to enjoy. 6:10 is the time. We have a lot more news coming up on WKYT this morning. We'll have details on a deadly crash in Scott County that killed a retired firefighter and his wife. And also Taylor Swift forcing Apple to reverse its decision not to pay artists during a free trial of its new streaming service. Those stories and more on the way.